Once hailed as the next global superpower, India now faces some tough questions about its place in the world. Not long ago, India's foreign policy was seen as bold and full of promise, but recently it's started to look like a patchwork of costly missteps. Let's start with the elephant in the room, China. Since those deadly border clashes in 2020, India's response has wavered between caution and confusion. There's been a lot of strong words, but not much action. When it comes to negotiating with Beijing, this hesitation has left India on the back foot, uncertain and frankly, looking a bit outmaneuvered. Now you'd think India and the US, two of the world's biggest democracies, would be natural allies. But lately that relationship's hit a rough patch. The US slapped heavy tariffs on Indian goods, partly because of India's close ties to Russia. The result? Factories in India are hurting, jobs are at risk, and a partnership that once looked unbreakable is now full of doubts. Speaking of Russia, India's been buying up Russian oil at a discount, arguing it's about energy security, but Western allies aren't convinced. Critics call it opportunism, saying it's eroding trust just when India most needs reliable friends. Even as Prime Minister Modi backs peace initiatives, India's choices are raising eyebrows in the West. Then there's Pakistan, a relationship that never seems to cool down. India's military strikes across the border score points at home, but internationally they fall flat. The world isn't lining up to support India's stance, and that's partly because the messaging just isn't landing. And the controversies don't stop there. Allegations of Indian government interference in places like the US and Canada have sparked diplomatic crises. Plots, protests, and accusations of meddling have damaged India's reputation in countries where, not long ago, it had strong support. So, is India's global strategy failing? In a world of shifting alliances, a clear plan is more important than ever. Right now, India risks losing the influence it's spent decades building. For the world's largest democracy, foreign policy blunders aren't just embarrassing, they could be genuinely costly. The big question is, will India find its footing before opportunity turns into isolation?